What's up? How you doing, Michelle and Nini? What's up, Cynthia? Love MG. Margaret. Julie. What's up, Joanna? Hey, my sunshine. Hey, Justine. Good to see you. Mariah. Christy. It's your birthday? Oh, awesome. Happy birthday. Howdy, Barbara. Hey, Dina. Hey, Alvador. Avior. Epic to have you here too, my friend. Hey. The last live show is saved. I'll check to make sure that it posted itself. Absolutely. What's up, Deli? Give it another minute. Let everybody get a fair chance to get in here. So there's 3 options for the reading. Number 1, the complete free readings. You're going to sit here, chill, and vibe. With my streams, patience is a virtue. Excuse me. Everybody that you see me giving my complete attention to, that means when I get to your reading, you will get the same. So if you're wanting to be here to get the free reading picked randomly, you will comment your name, your zodiac, and a yes/no format question. Some examples would be, is this my soulmate? Is this career opportunity going to come in this year? Am I going to move this year? Those types of questions are cool. Then the other 2 options are if people choose to do super chats and join the membership. So if you choose to do a super chat in my stream, it is guaranteed 100% your question will be answered before we get off this stream until I do the cutoff. After I do the cutoff time, anybody that super chats after that will be the first people I answer in my next stream. And these streams do record and upload, and so you can always go back in and also record the section that was yours from like screen recording and have it for you as long as you'd like for it to be. But yeah, I matched the energy exchange for the super chatters. So if you click on the description, you should simply just be able to like click on the screen and it will come up for you to click the description box up. I do what I call an energy exchange for the super chatters. Depending on how much you decide to give me, I will match that in intention, energy, etc. And then the last option will be if you choose to subscribe or join. I meant to say, if you choose to join the membership, everybody who joins the membership on my live stream, I give a 1-card pull as a thank you and a welcome to joining the membership. So, what we will do now, we go ahead and see, what time is it now? We've been here about almost 5 minutes. All right. If you don't have money, then if you just wanting a free reading, etc., I do a great mix of both the super chatters, the membership, and still the free people. So if you're just wanting to be able to see if you get picked intuitively by me to get that free reading, just go ahead and chill in the stream. Make sure you comment your name, your zodiac, and then a yes/no question. And if for any reason you need a refresher, if you click on the screen, the description should come up, and all of the rules, details, etc. are there. All right, you guys are good, though. You can go ahead and start. Once I start seeing people do super chatters, I'll go ahead and start making a list. The way I like to do it is I get a good cluster of super chatters, and that's when I start them. So before we do that, the last person, I had one person I left off on the last stream. Their name was Happy Coco, and their question, when will finances become stable? It's been 15 years. You're in the position you're in right now. You've been at this job or etc. for in this company or at least this field for 15 years. And you're kind of just like, when's something going to give? I give all this effort, all this time. What I'm hearing before you even get the cards is maybe you've outgrown that place, my friend. I know how scary change can be, but I feel like you're settling. Yeah, you have gone ahead and learned everything you can at this position. The large build, ground shaking idea is meant to be seen. Have you ever thought of just? It may sound simple, but it does so much with law of attraction. Have you simply ever thought of just applying for jobs that you truly want? Not ones that you're like, man, I hate where I am right now, or I know I'm deserving of more, so I'm just going to apply for jobs where I'm going to downgrade my benefits or downgrade my pay, etc. Like telling yourself, almost immediately telling the universe, the only way I'm going to get another opportunity is by settling for something less. And remember, guys, the universe doesn't know good, bad. It doesn't have an ego, so it can't register what you're telling it in that sense. The universe understands high frequency, low frequency. And that energy is low frequency. It's telling the universe, just bring me this. Only bring me this. And the universe goes, okay, that's what I'm going to match you with. But if you decide, no, if I'm in this position, if I know I have whatever form of job security I do, why am I going to try to settle for something less? That's going to still make me feel miserable. No, I'm only going to apply for things that I truly, truly desire to be in. And things that you may even think you're underqualified for. It does not hurt to simply put out your intention, your application, etc. into the universe and see what comes back. There is a new timeline for you, okay? But it looks like the place you're at currently, you have learned everything you possibly can. And yes, there has to be a migration period. We can't just quit one job and go to the other right now in this state of the world. But with that being said, you have to put yourself in the position to receive the new opportunities. And that's your step one from here. All right, I started seeing super chatters, so we're going to start your guys' cluster. But before we do the group of super chatters, I'm going to do 5 free people, okay? And I'm going to use this pen color, actually. All right. All right, JS. You will be our first when we start the super chatters. You're going to be our first one. Okay, JS. All right. Next, Jessica. All right, you've been added. Anna. Got you. Okay. I'm going to still wait to get a few more super chatters before we start your guys' cluster. Now let's go ahead and do 5 free people. Okay. All right, we're going to start with Dina Marie Arvin. Your first name's Medina. You're a Taurus. And you stated, will I be with my person soon? Okay. I am feeling that this is a specific person. You're not asking about attracting in love. You are talking about a specific soulmate. Float like a butterfly, balance within one's masculine and feminine energy. Your masculine right now is truly becoming one with his own dark side, but not seeing it as like this thing he has to be. He used to feel like he had to embrace his own dark side in this state of like manipulation, okay? This individual, he's not this evil person, but there are definitely some narcissistic tendencies he was taught. And I'm going to phrase it that way, taught. He is not a narcissist. I feel that this person was raised by a parent who could have had either narcissistic tendencies or was a full-blown narcissist. I'm not a psychologist. I'm not a psychiatrist, so I'm not going to state it for a fact. But what I can say on energy base is this was manipulation. And they have had to really reset the way they think about love, what it means to actually be a man for a woman versus what he's been taught to believe true masculinity is. This person will be able to come back and bring you an offer. But there has to be a death. They have to go through some form of an ego death before they can bring this to you, okay? I do feel in 2026 you two will reunite. And I know you're probably like, fuck. But at the same time, think about it. We are already about to be in March. So much you have to on your plate. There are other things that are more important right now than romantic love. But you can still acknowledge that you're deserving of it. You can still bring it in. You have friends, you have family that it feels like right now Spirit is saying to focus that bonding and that community with. But this person is going to be coming around. It looks like you will have fruition in 2026 with that specific person. Okay. All right. Crystal, you're a Virgo. You'd like to know if he is your soulmate, and your username I see is Tiva. You would like to know if he is your soulmate. Okay. I see. Is it her side, though? I need to know. Okay. This person that you deeply admire, they do not at all see you in a low light. But there is not the same intensity. You remember, I am here for you. Never make anything fit. Feel what you feel inside. But I see that this is more of an admiration you have for who you think they are. The part of them that you're really connecting to, because what I see is you guys don't know each other really fully. Maybe you've talked, maybe you've had some personal conversations, but the meat and the potato conversations have not happened between you two. And you are infatuated with what you believe this person is. And we all do this. This is normal. When you first meet somebody, you have a assumption of them. And then throughout time, you see if your assumption was correct or what parts can be tweaked. This person is, I feel why you like them. They're outward and externally beautiful, but they have a lot of deflection they are working through in their life. They do not like being vulnerable. If you were to try to express completely how you feel for this person, it feels like you would end up going out of that conversation feeling defeated. If this person and you are gonna form into something more, they need more time. This is a slow and steady wins the pace, or slow and steady wins the race type of person. They do not know instantly if they are attracted or in love with somebody. They can see if they, like, let me rephrase that. Attracted to the point where they want to get to know the person, right? They do not believe in love at first sight, but I do feel that there is something that can kindle between you two. You just have to go at a correct pace, not put all your eggs in one basket, and take it day by day. And we'll be here for about 2 hours today, guys. About 2 hours. All right, next free person. Okay, let's see. Cynthia, you're an Aries. You'd like to know if Gilbert and you... Will Gilbert and I mask things work? You wanted to know if you and Gilbert can make things work? Okay, I see. It was just a little misspelling. Got you, homie. Yeah, will you and Gilbert be able to make things work? Yeah, I absolutely see that there's still something. But here's the thing. You guys have had to go into that separation for further growth. You guys got into burnout energy. Too much going on in your own personal lives. And you were throwing it on each other. See, you have to remember that your person is not meant to absorb your pain in what you're going through. You're meant to help each other deflect it. And we can sometimes, we all do this. It's part of the human experience. we can be going through something, we've had to hold it in for so long, we finally see our person, and we almost exploded on them. And your friend, if it's your friend that you're exploiting on, if it's your romantic partner, etc., because there's so many different forms of individuals that you're meant to have in your life, that you're meant to express to, whoever it is, you can literally, without even realizing it, as you feel like you're talking and expressing, you are like throwing it in, absorbing into their skin like soap into a sponge. And they want to be there for you, so they won't stop you. But then there becomes this negative tension between you two. They feel that anytime that you're going to come or etc., it's like, it's not just being a safe space for you to express. It's like they have to absorb that energy. I see two people who have done that to each other. It's not just you to him or him to you. You both have done that, because a lot of us here are teaching ourselves these things right now. You weren't taught to know how to defer, how to talk to somebody and vent versus transmute it to them. It's about still having self-control when you're talking to them. And I see that both of you really will be able to make it through this. So you do need to meet each other halfway, which feels like really between your connection, it's not in any one position's, it's not the ball is in one of your courts. Either person in this type of situation can come in and make that next conversation. So if you feel that you should or you feel that you shouldn't, just follow your guidance with that. There is no right or wrong when it comes to this one, because it's two people that genuinely, deeply care about each other. And maybe you're feeling like you just need your masculine to do a little bit more initiative. Yeah. Okay. Another free person. Nicole, you're a Libra. Was your dream with C a look at his real feelings, struggles, and intentions? Got you. Yeah, you were in his dream. Here's the thing though. When you were in his dream, it wasn't the two of you. It wasn't you. It's not like you were there. It was like you were like up here watching it, like astral projection, almost like out of body experience. Even though you couldn't see your own body, you weren't here. It was like you were watching a TV show almost of somebody's life. You absolutely were astral projecting. You saw individuals that attacked on his vulnerabilities. You saw the harmful actions of things he's gone through in his past to make him to have that cold sense now. But you also saw somebody that's very scared. Very scared of switching up their schedule that they've made for so long. And it looks like this person has avoided, like pushed off your connection. Oh, I'll get to that eventually. I'll get to that eventually. And no matter how much we love or feel for a person, if you try to press somebody to a corner, it's going to end up doing the exact opposite. Yes, this was a dream that turned into an astral projection. But they need you to understand, if you were to try to reach out to him, there would be this sense of it not going exactly well. I feel a backfire. Okay? Let him continue to go through his tower moment. He's pulling himself out of a well right now. And if you try to put your hand all the way down at the point where he is, balance, you will fall down into that well. He has to get a little bit more of it by himself, with brick by brick. And then eventually, you'll be able to align and help him the rest of the way up. All right. One more free person, and then we're going to start the super chatters, okay? Okay, Alex. And it looks like all I see in your username is just the letter A. But your name is Alex, you're a Scorpio, and you'd like to know if you and this person are going to end up together. He has to face his shadows, and if they don't identify as male, this means you are definitely the feminine, and that person's the masculine in your dynamic, yin yang. Float like a butterfly, sting like a bee, and that outer support. I really see this towards the end of 2025. Yeah, there is more that's going to form between you two. You've allowed organic space. You've allowed each other to have your moments of intimacy, conversations, however that looks for you, and really see that if somebody is meant for you, truly, you do not need to talk to them every single day. Go with me here. It's nice to, and there is a point where you do. But to really know if somebody's supposed to be in your life, you should feel comfortable with not having to speak every day. We've been taught that if somebody doesn't text us every hour and doesn't make time for us thousands of times throughout their week or etc., that this means that they don't care. It is so forced at that point. You see, when your communications happen, it's organic, it's real, it's a release. It's not, oh, I feel like I have to do this or else they're not going to like me anymore. Oh, hell yeah, Mortal Kombat. Sorry, this song has got me. Maybe they really like Mortal Kombat. That could be a sign. That could be. Scorpio, specifically. Interesting. Or Scorpio. Okay, I meant to say Scorpion. He could be you're a Scorpio. Okay. Long story short for you, yes, I do feel towards the end of 2025, you two being able to be a supportive, true, talk about the meat and potatoes of life, no longer scared to be vulnerable. All right, now I'm going to write down all the super chatters since Joanna, and we'll start that first group, okay? All right, scroll back up. Who is Joanna? Yep, that's where I left off. All right. Anna, you're being added to the list. Cynthia, thank you for becoming a member. You've been added to the list. Victors. All right, added. Lore Ash. You've been added. All right, Vinette. Got you. Christy. You've been added. Anna. Got you added. I believe, let me make sure. You may be the same Anna. I'll still count it as two different ones. All right, Michelle. You've been added. All right, that's our first set of super chatters. If I've called your name, you're about to be answered. And then we'll do, after this group of super chatters, we'll do 5 free people and get our next group. Let me scroll back up to JS. There we go. Perfect. All right. All right. Do you know if you're masculine? Do you know if your masculine is somebody in your life already? Or is it going to be a new person? Force created by motion. Outwardly, the magnetic. He has to do what he has to say. He has to do what he has to say. Yeah, you're okay. You guys already know each other because of the look on the masculine's face. This is something he feels he can present to you. He knows the only way you're going to know how he truly feels is if he brings it to you. Here's the thing. It may surprise you who it is, but you're going to like it. Okay? There have been other people in your mind, and we can have many forms of connections. And a lot of times we're going to be blinded by what is being divinely protected until it's time. You're going to like this person. It's possible that you've had conversations in the past before, like talking more than friends. Nonetheless, though, it's a friend. It's somebody that you feel comfortable with this masculine coming to you. It wouldn't be like, are you fucking kidding me? Stay away, dude. You would invite whoever this is. You'd be like, it's somebody that you may have thought was more just a supporter of your life. And you're like, I just never kind of looked at you that way. Or I never thought we would come back around to this. But if this is being presented for a reason and I'm feeling the way I am, why am I going to fight it? Let's see where this goes. You do know this person, okay? It just looks like it may be a bit of surprise. But here's the cool thing about it. You don't have to do anything. You have to continue to just wake up every day and know if today's the day I'm supposed to find out. It is. But I have plenty of other things to focus on far away. Just let it come to you. Okay. Oh, let me switch to my different color so I don't confuse myself. All right. Now going to Jessica. Hello, you're a Cancer, and you would like to know what message you need to hear today. Okay. I'm feeling career. I'm feeling that a career message is what's best for you. Middleweight, medium, large, disciplined, structured, devoted, patience. You're kind of like, you're feeling like you're wondering if your spot and work is safe or if you should move. It's like, should I leave this company or etc. before it's too late? Interesting. I feel that your position, your cause is what they keep telling me. What you bring to this, it causes true positivity and change. You are one of the last people that should be worried about your spot being taken. If there's been some forms of cuts or etc. in where not see you being one of these individuals. If you've been waiting for a form of, or even if this is like you're wondering if somebody else is going to be eligible for a pay raise before you, it really feels like this devoted patience you've had, there is a complete return. There's a bonus. There is something where we can definitely say you're going to continue to be fruitful wherever this is. There's going to be some wiggle room. I feel that you're picking up on the energy of somebody is getting fired, but it doesn't feel like it's you or anybody that's under you, meaning like just a pay or a position. This is something higher, dude. What you're feeling is correct, but it's about where you're placing it that is different. You're going to hear that there's either a new company buying out where you work, or there's this sense of new leadership being brought into your work. And this is going to build a whole other structure in your company. Where you work, etc., I can see that there's a lot of chaos because the leadership is not doing their part. And you're like, I love the people I work with. And honestly, I love this company and being in it until this new leader that came in for the past couple of years or etc. They've made it to where they're the reason you've considered quitting or etc. Even just the rules that have been implemented. Wherever new leadership positions come, it's very much Spirit, long story short, Spirit saying that it's your patience to stay here is going to be multiplied. Karma is coming to who it's supposed to, and karma doesn't mean bad nor good. Karma, it means what goes out, comes back 3 times multiplied. You're getting high vibrational karma, and others are getting high vibrational karma, and some are getting that low frequency that they've been building up and building up. It's what they deserve. So you're good, bro. Just remember to make sure your presentation doesn't overspeak your words. We're all humans. We have our moments, but remember the bigger purpose. Okay. Joanna. All right. You'd like a general pull. Let's get you a general pull, Joanna. Okay. Currently, you're feeling pretty dazed. Have you, ever since Pisces season, you've probably felt really emotional. That happens for a lot of individuals. This time of the year, as soon as it's Pisces, especially the first like 2 weeks of Pisces season, a lot of emotions, a lot of things you're keeping in is rushed out. And it's a perfect time of honestly like crying is a chemical release. It literally helps you, and we're taught to suppress that. The crying or excision you've been feeling that you've been doing this past month, this is literally purging out negative energy that does not serve you anymore. What I feel is your pre-workout is coming back. I feel this switching like this, okay? What are we at? Thursday? By next Thursday, there's going to be this sense of like your oomph back. It's not going to just happen overnight, meaning you're just got to believe this, and then you're going to wake up on Thursday morning and you're going to feel good. No, there has to be things that you meet the frequency of this. There's a pattern that needs to change when it comes to letting yourself eat more. That's the number one thing. I think you're pretty good on water. I feel hydrated in your system, but I feel decreased of fucking like nutrients. You need to be getting more protein and fiber specifically into your diet. Fiber makes you stay full longer, and starting your morning with fiber, I'm telling you, there's something about that that's going to increase. There's also the sense of responsibility. You could have, I'm not a doctor, I'm not a psychologist, I'm not a psychiatrist, so I'll never diagnose anybody with something, but I can tell you the energy is picking up on this. I'm picking up on the energy of OCD. Somebody that feels like they have to do things a certain way or else like the world is going to end. And you need to give yourself, you need to put your shoulders down. You need to honestly challenge that OCD tendency. And I'm saying it that way because if this is something you're diagnosed with or etc., you can't just make it go away. You have to learn how to work with it. However, this resonates for you. Something as simple. If you feel that you have to lock your door a certain way, I have to lock the deadbolt first, then the normal bolt. Literally, challenge that. Do this bolt first and then this deadbolt. It may feel weird. It may feel even scary because of that sense of that intensity with PTSD. So you probably have PTSD as well, and OCD. But once you've done it and you see nothing happened, everything's okay. It's a form of exposure therapy. The best advice I can give for you right now: protein, more fiber, more protein in your diet, and going ahead and facing head on those irrational fears we all have in our own categories. Okay. All right, Anna. All right, let's get you a general pull, Anna. You're feeling like you're really building up your masculine strength. But I feel it's somebody that feels they've always had to be the masculine. Even though I see you are somebody that identifies with being a woman. But the masculine energy that you've had to empower your whole life, you're kind of just like, I got this. I got this part of me. Can I please have somebody that can just let me be a feminine? Give me that space. You see, to the world, go with me here. To the world, you're always going to be a masculine force. Willpower, go get attitude, self-composure, leadership position. But you are feminine, which means you need your masculine to give you that balance so you can go out and do that. You need your place to be submissive because the man has proven to you he's deserving of you being submissive to him. Right now, you are building to the universe, telling it exactly the type of man to bring into your life. I feel somebody that's settled in love, and you could have, in the past 3 years, really been getting over your last connection. I feel in 2026, you're going to have a strong relationship. 2025, that means you have to meet them. You have to be meeting them in 2025 if I see a complete strength in 2026, because I also see somebody that makes sure they do things at the right pace. You've really harnessed self-control. You were kind of forced to from a young age, from what I'm feeling. Like, even down to food. Like, you had a lot of responsibility put on you. And it is more than deserving for you to feel free. What I see for you, my friend, is a relationship, a person that's coming in and truly can express to you, and you'll feel how comfortable they are being themselves. You'll feel that they are like, yo, I got myself enough. What you think I can't handle about you, I can. I wouldn't be here. I wouldn't be saying these things. So let's go through this together. And you may even feel yourself start pulling away from them because of that scarcity mindset. Like, shit, they're saying all this stuff to me that feels too perfect. They're probably fucking lying. Or they'll probably take back their promises, etc. And you cannot treat this person based off of how others treated you. It's easier said than done, but the more we reinforce it, we're changing the pattern. So just be aware of that when this person comes around. All right. All right, Cynthia, thank you for becoming a member. Let's get you that one card general pull as a thank you and a welcome. Okay. There's somebody that does not want to move forward without you. Somebody feels they've been really conflicted in their head. They've gone back and forth from even reaching out to you is what I'm feeling. It came down to like a father wound, or even just a family wound of having to meet so many expectations. You've been in separation for about 2 to 3 years from this person. And it looks like they are really coming to you with a pure offer. I feel sorry. I feel I was lost. I didn't know what to fucking do. It's vulnerable. And I see you being somebody that also is being vulnerable with, I know what parts of me we need to separate now. I couldn't have discovered this part of myself if we never had to go our own ways. And I always knew that if you were meant for me, like, I had to let it go. I got to that point in life. I realized, gosh, I'm always going to have a part of me that loves you. But I can't force this. In fact, the more I try to force it, it's putting it the opposite way. People can feel that energy. They can feel if you're watching them. Like, you know how you can feel if somebody's watching you? You start seeing their name, etc. People can do the same for you. And when you allow yourself to intensely look at somebody's like Facebook or Instagram or TikTok, like over and over again, there will be kind of a form of an intensity that's sent to them. When you kind of like release, and I'm not saying don't look at your crushes or whatever, like, or your boyfriend, girlfriend, etc. profiles, but it's like when you notice yourself starting to become obsessive over it, you gotta click off of it. If you're admiring, if you're in your moment and you're just like, man, that's beautiful, I'm glad to see what they're doing today. But then you start feeling that intensity of, no, I need to keep going. I need to keep seeing. I'm going to check who their messages are, like their comments. You start going into that mindset, you need to get off. Because not only is it not healthy for you, it literally is sending an energy, it's sending a download to them of intensity. So this is a connection that's going to thrive. It's another connection that's going to thrive in 2026. That's something I've been picking up on in the past 2 days. I feel like three collectives are about to migrate into this state of, you and this person, you've had a conversation and everything about where you're going, but you're still taking it day by day. And organically by 2026, it's going to be undeniable to both of you how correct and right it is to be in a relationship together. Okay. All right, Vickers, you're next. Let me just get a little drink. G Fuel time. Okay. Vickers, you're a Scorpio. Do you need to move on from your connection with Jay and let go of the belief if we were supposed to be together in this life? Okay. I feel called to do 2 cards with you. Okay. I know this is going to be like a band-aid, but this is for you, not to you. The energy forecast I see right now between you two, unless she made a big pivotal change and chose to come back to your life, it is another lifetime for you two to be together. I say this because we're destined to meet people, but we're not destined to stay in anybody's life. And this is because of freedom of will. Freedom of will does not have to contradict destiny. It works beside it in a different way. Okay? Think about life like we are the vehicles. Spirit is the GPS. The voice navigation system is the angels, the signs, the synchronicities, the cards, the channeled messages. And there's a destination you put into the GPS. You don't put in going to your favorite... Okay, let's say you're going to take like a cross-country trip. You're not just going to put that destination into the GPS and think it's going to get you kind of there. You know, you told it, you said it. You said, this is my intention, this is where I'm going. And you're going to get me there, but I'm going to trust you. So the destiny's set. You are getting from point A all the way to that point, okay? But what happens in between that time? You may end up accidentally missing a road or going down one too soon. And Spirit reroutes you. It doesn't say fuck you and stop like helping you. The GPS doesn't have an ego. It's there to guide. That's it. We have that freedom of will to pay attention to things. Or sometimes it's out of our control, divine intervention. An accident happens. There's traffic somewhere. Things that are completely out of our control, but we're going to still go to the destination. Your left path, right path choices. You're destined to meet certain people and get to that destination. But the way you get there, you cannot have set in stone. You cannot set... it's just the more you try to set Spirit on a limit, it's going to take them longer to have your manifestations arrive. You and this person already hit that destination together. What I mean is, the spiritual download for being in each other's life has been added. She gave you this person's definitely your feminine if they don't identify as a woman. They gave you an ego death. A realization of what parts of you actually were not connecting with. What parts you were thought to be. The negative. Our own personal demons come out from ego death. And you're able to take them head on. There is this sense also of you giving this person their ego death. The reason the destiny for being in each other's life is completed. And then freedom of will from there dictates if people stay or go. The energy forecast I see for you two is definitely another lifetime. But if she were to decide, and the way you would know this would happen is literally from her actions, what she's saying to you. It would not be something you have to look or like, what's it called, cherry pick for. It would be blunt in your freaking face. She comes in and says, I have decided that I want to try this. I didn't give you a full opportunity. I shot this off before it could fully go because I took a lot of the things you said or did in vain versus asking you to clarify it for me. I feel strong enough to be vulnerable to you. That's what she would have to do, or they would have to do. What I feel within their energy forecast right now is not being strong enough to be vulnerable. And not in a way where you're not worth it, but to them, the emotional process and what they're going through in their life, it doesn't feel worth it. This takes nothing away from your value. There is somebody else that's meant for you, and it may be hard to see it right now, but the more and more you accept that you didn't fail, and your reason for your contract, if you will, to meet each other, it really, really has been completed. You both won. There is no loss. Simply allow yourself to say, I'll see you in another lifetime. And I'm glad for the time we experienced here. And you really are deserving of you've had to give. So when I see people And I feel the need to like even go more than above and beyond, the way I call it. Give more cards or even more time or more explanation to this innerness of stillness. There has been so much you have given to other people, and you are deserving of far more than you have accepted. What I mean is, you have taken the crumbles people have given you, the cookie crumbles people have given you in life, and acted like they gave you the whole plate. You are not deserving of these little moments of confirmations. There's somebody else that's going to really fulfill you. But if you allow this to warp in your head and go over and over again, you're going to keep yourself in a cycle. Let today be the first day you wake up, or tomorrow, or etc. When you're like, I really am stepping out of this, and knowing I'm not going to be with them. And that is more than okay. Don't make anything fit. Don't believe one specific reader. I want you to look within. And what I believe this is doing right now is confirming something you've already had within for a very long time. That's normally when I become aligned with people. I've seen the pattern. I more confirm something that you just came to an aha moment with. And if you would have came in a moment sooner, etc., it wouldn't have been the way that chessboard is supposed to play. We are not pawns, but life is a game of chess. And certain things have to happen before you get to the checkmate. You can't just go here to here. You have to see the way things go, and that's also called surfing with the universe. You're a phenomenal person. Don't settle for these cookie crumbs, okay? All right, now we're going to go on to lore. Hey, to your cat, Sheldon. Okay. Lore Ash, where you at? All right, Lore Ash, your name is Lauren. You're a Sagittarius, and you'd like to know if there's more to your story with him. Let's see. You remember, I'm here for you, not to you. This connection, you're both deserving of more. It is not putting you on a pedestal to them, or the vice versa. You two met each other at a life where neither of you are the same person anymore. And unless you met each other and experienced what you did, you wouldn't have had this transformation. Your story has more in another lifetime as well. You're connected to our friend's collective reading beforehand, Vickers. The both of you, I can tell that you're right on that. You've let people cross your boundaries over and over again, overgave, and would make yourself feel guilty if you did not give more and more. Interesting. You've gotten yourself into some financial pickles over this person, haven't you? You gave money or etc. that you didn't really have. But if it's not even just money, it looks like there's just boundaries. There's just things that you told yourself, I will not deal with this. I won't be in a relationship but deal with this. But you caved, and you gave excuses. I can see why you love this person. I can see the greatness of your connection. But if you two were to get back together, who you are now, I think you would see that you're not compatible. The versions of you that were. You're kind of in love with what you think your dynamic could be. Your story is beautiful within itself, even if it didn't have the ending you quite would have liked. What I see for energy forecast right now, my friend, is the more to your story is when you meet again in another lifetime. Don't make anything ever fit, and I will continue to always say that to people. But if this is in your heart, which I do believe it is, you know If you would try to reach back out to this person, it would be crossing your own healthy boundaries. And God, you love unconditionally. And they're always going to have a place in your heart. I can feel it. But it's best for you to let this go and say, I'll see you again in another lifetime. And thank you for the time we had here. I am who I am. A part of the reason I am who I am is because what we went through. Okay. Next person. Vinette, Bianca, Yvette, Blancas. Okay, you're an Aquarius. You would like to know what are the plans and the connection. I'm just kind of reading it, putting it together. Okay, you're wanting to know if the plans about this connection are worth going through. Okay, got you. Should you just let it flow, or should you try to go with this exact plan you have set? I see that you're following a really great plan. There's going to be simple things that change, though. You may honestly be like planning on going to an event this weekend or sometime soon. I'm seeing something changing about the person, etc. that you're going to go with. What you need to know is definitely keep this confidence with the decision you've made to get out of your comfort zone, to go out with friends or etc. But if somebody cancels or if plans have to be kind of changed a bit, don't feel discouraged. There's something that's moving around to where I see this romantic connection, you two actually being able to spend more time together than if the first plan went correct. Keep the same destination. If you heard us talking about that GPS, you've set that destination with Spirit. That's good. Allow Spirit to show you what roads you're going to go down. But yeah, plans are still set. All right, Christy. All right, you would like a general card pull. Okay, you're really wanting to proceed forward with the connection. It's been put on stop and you're kind of like wondering why. There's definitely external things in their life that are warping in their head, like making so much anxiety, and they don't feel like they have the ability to add another person to their life right now. But I feel that this person's going to come around. Spirit's not telling you to like put your life on pause, but you're going to get a random message eventually. I've had more time to get my mental better. I feel like this is still something that now I can actually give more to. If you'd like to start again or just be friends and see where this goes, I would love to open this door. And at that point, all it would take you saying is yes. It's divine intervention. Okay? This is going to prove to you even more that what's meant for you simply by letting go will come back. There's been so many, here's the thing. When you've let go of so many things and they haven't came back because they're not meant for you, it becomes discouraging. You're like, is there anything that's then going to be meant for me? Is there anything that's going to come back? Yeah, and it's going to be a very few amount because they're the ones that are meant. Once you finally experience that sense of what it really means to just surrender, let go, have to be nothing but yourself, and what's meant for you comes back, you're going to feel that question of this individual. But they're going to be the one that proves it. So long story short for you, my friend, this connection is growing into something more. Let them focus on what they're mentally going through, getting their emotions in order for themselves, and this can form when it's ready. All right, Anna. You are a Virgo. You need to purchase a car and you want to know what's next for you. Okay. She needs to purchase a car. What dynamic you got with me for with that? A specific car. I'm seeing a gray car. Ruthless behaviors, blunt, heavy words. Okay. I feel that you have... Okay. You recently could have gone to either a car dealership or talked to somebody like on like a Facebook marketplace, etc., about a gray car specifically, and you were feeling very like you felt like they were trying to push this on you, not even really give you like this space to make a decision, kind of just trying to like say, oh, you're ready to sign this, you're ready to do this, just very much trying to pressure this onto you. And you listened to yourself in your gut, and you're like, no, you know what, I've felt a lot of times in the past where specifically men have tried to just pressure me into thinking and make me think they know what's best for me, and I'm not doing that with this. I'm definitely gonna say I'll come back to you if I decide. I'm gonna still look and see what other options there are. You have a very you have a car that's going to be either like the shade of like a blue or going into kind of green. It's interesting. I don't know what type of I don't know how to call that color, but that is the color of the car I see you actually purchasing. You were completely correct on. You dodged a car that would have fucked you over. Spirit saying for you, it's not about getting brand new. You don't have to do that. In fact, a lot of times if you buy brand new, I mean, the second you take it off the dealership, the value of it increases insanely. It's better to get a car that's a couple years older, etc. Spirit's saying, do not get a car that's any... I don't see you doing this, but don't get a car that's any less than 2010. But I can see the car that you're going to be getting, most likely. It seems like a 2017 car. It's very good kept. The thing you need to make sure, though, is that you're checking the Carfax. You need to make sure that the mileage is under 100,000. Because the reason you have to get a new car right now is because the last car, it was not, it was something that caused you a lot. The money you had to put into it was worth more than the car within itself. Yeah. So, blue to a green. It looks like it's going to be a personal seller, like a private seller. So it's probably something on like Facebook Marketplace. They're not going to make you feel pressure like these other people have tried. They're just going to be like, yeah, this is the car. Here's the Carfax, whatever. Come see it when you want. And that is very, very positive. That's definite green flags. That's what I got for you. Okay. Michelle, you are a Libra. You'd like to know if this connection is genuine. I can see why the two of you have the connection you do, and it's not that this person's not genuine with you. I don't feel this person's a very genuine person overall. It would feel... I can see the in-between of it. They want to be with you. They're being genuine about liking you. But there's a lot you have to be aware of with this person. It looks like I see a lot of cycle repeating, a lot of unnecessary hurt. Nobody's perfect, but the tension I feel between you two. It does not feel like something that ends up being like we rise from these roller coaster moments. It feels like somebody that's going to try to kind of take you down. If you look back at some of their actions already, do not ever make anything fit, my friend. But if you look, listen to your heart. If you look back at some of their actions, you can now, if you think about it, they tried to belittle you or etc. to keep your connection to where you're trying to earn something from them. Okay? Something as simple as, I don't know if this exact thing happened, but this is what I'm feeling. You got a new haircut, and they, you're excited for your partner or the person you're talking to, or etc., to see when you've changed something up a little bit about yourself, right? And you see them and they absolutely don't acknowledge it at all. And so you say something like, "Oh, like, look, I got my hair done," and they're like, "Yeah, it's okay," or, "Oh, I liked it better the other way," or, "You made it too short." What they're actually doing is trying to undermine. They're trying to make you feel like something's low, so you crave their attention. They could completely actually truly like the new style you went for. Maybe even like the style more than the other one, but they won't tell that to you. They'll say what they think will make you stay wrapped. This feels like that type of connection because they do like you, but it's not liking you and being a good partner are two totally different things. Loving you and being a good partner are two totally different things. I feel that you should overall look at this more because to answer your complete question, yes, the way they feel for you is genuine, but I don't see them being a positive partner in your life. I feel somebody that would make you have to go through some cycle repeats you've already went through with others. And again, nothing's perfect, but this is not a balanced dynamic where it's worth to go through certain moments, if that makes sense. All right, so that concludes our first round of super chatters. What I'm going to do now, I'm going to put everybody down who has done a super chat since Michelle. Before we do them, I'll go ahead and do 5 more free people, okay? Let's go ahead and start marking down those others. A Holder, you're going to be the first. A Holder. And something I suggest, you guys, if you scroll up in the chat and you see where you can see where the person's name is who I just called, and then you can kind of just scroll down and do the math to see when you're going to be picked. So A Holder will be the start. Thora the Explorer. You're next. All right. Hey, Dr. Snoopy! Dr. Noopy. Got you. Alvin, good to see you, brother. I got you. Narini? Okay, let's see next. Nikki Minko. All right. And go to the next page. Hey, it's Sam. Good to see you. Got you on the list. Reba Stowe. Lore Ash. Thank you for becoming a member. We'll get you that general card pull for the welcome and thank you. For anybody here who's just joining and you're wanting to know the difference, or you want to know the different forms of being able to get your question answered, click on the description of this chat. It will give you all the details. All right, Tay. You've been added to the list. Shelly. Shelly King's lover. Got you on the list. Divine Empress. Hello, hello. Okay. Got you on the list. Okay. Now let's scroll back up. Everybody I just listed, you were all the next group of super chatters. Before we start your guys' cluster, we're going to do 5 free people. And what I will say is the next time, so round 3 of super chatters is going to be the last one. So if you're wanting to get that in, you still got about I would say 30, 40 minutes until I do the cutoff. But there will be only one more round of super chatters I call for after these people. All right, so now let's go ahead and get 5 free people on the list. Let's go back this way so I know where to start a holder. There we go. All right. Raul, your username is Pike4Matic. And you are an Aries. You'd like to know if you're going to be able to trust your special person. All right. Large ground shaking ideas. What I'm feeling about this person is this individual has never done anything to you to not to trust them. But there is characteristics, there are things about them that remind you of an ex. And so that kind of plays with you a bit. Like something as simple as the things they like, the music they like, even their gestures or etc. So this whole connection, it really means a lot to you, but it can be a little triggering because you're not sure if it's just that or if there's more. This individual would not be in your life right now with everything that's transpiring unless they were somebody that's to be a supporter in your life. I do feel you can already trust this person, but give yourself the time to see that. There is nothing wrong with the frame I'm seeing you guys are still in, the getting to know each other, etc. To acknowledge that, yeah, up until this point, I feel and seen no red flags. I'm aware of everybody's ups and downs, roller coaster moments, but if this continues to go this way, why am I going to just try to fix something that doesn't need to be fixed? The connection you two have is beautiful. It doesn't need a label. Not saying that one day it won't be deserving of that or etc. But Spirit wants you to trust this dynamic and continue every day to flow more and more to where the human version of you, the PTSD, the everything you've been through, that part of you, because we have to acknowledge every single part of this existence, not just spiritual and not just mundane. We need both. You let all of that catch up. You let your body see, truly, this is different. And then you're going to feel, when you become into something more official, that it has not been rushed. And it's a real bond like you've never had before. All right. All right, next person. see. Okay, Christy. Good to see you. Your whole username that I can see is Christy Napke, and you are a Sagittarius. You would like me to tell you if you should reach out to this person. Okay, we had a car that went halfway. Equipment, material, investment into one's skills and passions, 3D will gain. Here's the question for you. Do you feel in control of your life? Meaning not everything going perfect, but your finances, the schedule, the energy. Do you feel you've invested enough into your home, your own finances, your own mental health, and your own physical health to be ready to be a healthy partner? If that is a yes, you should reach out to this person. Be honest and real with yourself, though. If you feel it's 80% I'm ready, you need a little more time. There are certain things that first come to your head, like, well, I mean, you know, if it wasn't for that one thing, I feel like I would be completely ready. But maybe that's something I need to have more assurance with. I need to put more time forth. I feel that you're right there, like you're sweating. The now is, we are only promised today. Tomorrow is yet to happen. Of course, life is a balance of being prepared for the future, but living in this existence. And I feel that you're on the bullseye with that. I feel a lot of times I start seeing letters and stuff in my head, which helps me know what to do with you guys. Like if I see a straight, like kind of like cursive N, I know that means no. But if I see something that's more like spunky and like new school, that's an N, that means now. And I keep seeing the illustration of that N going back and forth in my head. And I see that as there's no better time than really now. That jump, those driplets I'm feeling coming off my face of sweat is being on the edge. As the leap of faith, the Fool card. You're more prepared now than you've ever been. And if that passion is what's within you, making you want to reach out and not anxiety, you should. It's just about going in without the presentation over speaking the words. And you don't have to come in with this humongous big gesture. It can be something simple. And in fact, simple is 9 times out of 10 the best way to really start back up a dynamic with somebody. We think we have to start talking about the meat and potatoes of all the conversations, but it almost brings the same intensity that from when you last spoke. And it's like that whole time of separation was to be able to release that stuff. Huh. All right, another free person. All right. Monica Portello. You said you're an Aquarius. And will your love have a favorable outcome? Okay. So if you look at the description, my friend, I don't do questions regarding legal, court issues, anything as such. So since I called your name, I'm still gonna give you a general poll. But I am putting the intention for it to be something not regarding that question that you asked. I do understand, and I appreciate that you trust me within that type of information, but this is what's best for everybody involved, okay? So I'm going to give you a general card pull. And what do you need to know right now regarding your own inner self guidance? Feel like a butterfly, sting like a bee. You're balanced. You're doing everything you can. You're balanced within your feminine and masculine energy. Okay. All you have control over right now truly is knowing that you have presented everything you can in your life to make a positive outcome. Law of attraction will always speak for itself. Your law of frequency, the frequency of your law of attraction is high vibrational. I feel somebody that's just accepting what needs to be here and not trying to fight a flow. You're flying. You're letting yourself go with it. What I see right now for your 2025 is a lot of motivation. It's a lot of star. It's a lot of seeing, you know what, even with what's going on, I'm seeing the glimmers of light and hope. Spirit wants you to know the way you're taking care of your body is phenomenal as well. You might have just gone into a time frame where your own physical health or etc. just wasn't one of the most important things. But right now, the energy you're flowing within is the best thing to stay with. You're not overthinking. You're not undermining yourself. Your actions are aligning with your words. And because of that, your law of exchange is high vibrational. All right, next free person. Okay. Hey, Angel Warrior 711. Your name is Jay. Got you. You're a Scorpio. Your question is, what do your spirit guides want you to be at this time? Want you to be. Okay. Courageous. That's the word I'm hearing, is courageous. If you got... I just thought about something. I don't know if you guys can... You probably can. My text ringtone is that sorting hat saying Gryffindor. And right after I say courageous, it happened. And I'm pretty sure one of our things is like brave, courageous, something else. I can't remember off the top of my head. But yeah, so Spirit's calling you to really embrace that bravery. There's something that you're feeling you should stand up for, but presentation cannot overspeak words. What we got for you? Healthy relationship, positive influence, has your best interest. You've stood up to what you believe true love is, and not to what others are telling you how a healthy relationship is supposed to look. You are either feeling called to go, like, I feel like you're feeling like you want to travel somewhere, like you're divine or etc. is possibly even in a different country. I'm seeing the word Italy over and over in my head, so I'm going to state it. There's a reason for that. You could be in the States or somewhere else, but you've been called, and even if it's not necessarily Italy, it just feels like then there's a water. There's a big distance. You have to get on plane. You couldn't, or plane or boat, etc. You could not just drive to this. Your healthy partner and a next step of your life is definitely being out of your comfort zone. You've been really scared to take this next leap of faith. Even if this is an intensity of, maybe for you, if you live with friends or family members, you've maybe never lived completely on your own or etc. It's just that intensity is just as big as moving to another country or state. What Spirit's wanting you to know right now, where they're wanting you to be, is presently accepting it's time to make the initiatives to move. I really do feel them continuing to say state. So maybe Italy is something that it's like you've always wanted to go to Italy. But right now, with the cause of events, I see a state being moved to before that comes. But this healthy partner, you would take a trip to Italy with. Absolutely. Okay, my friend. They want you to know that it's correct. There's a job or an opportunity that is taking you out of your comfort zone, out of where you currently are. And with the law of attraction, there is a soul tie that is going to align with all of these experiences. You see, living, sometimes people don't realize, settling, even in a job, can affect your law of attraction with every other aspect of your life. Literally, you could be destined to meet somebody at a different place, at a different job, etc. I've already said that. But long story short with you, You have great energy. You're that type of person you want to continue to give to. Yeah, you should be in the mindset of seeing my next decision is out of state. Other people aren't going to understand it, but I'm protected. I'm following my divine guidance, and I'm seeing beetles. Beetles, I don't know what they're called, but the beetles specifically that have like the green to the bluish shine on their wings, etc. Beetles are a humongous sign for you. They're even a bigger sign. Like, I feel that beetles are going to come to you every single moment you take a step closer to really moving out of where you currently are. You're going to do things in an according fashion. You're not just going to get in your car tomorrow and move to wherever you're going. But it's time. That's where they want you to be in the mindset of. Okay, one more free person, and then I'm going to start our next group of super chatters, okay? Dr. Nupi, I saw that you wanted to change your question. DJ, you want to know if DJ's coming back. Okay. Yeah, I just updated your question when I get to you. All right, one more free person. Hey, Maria. Oh, wait, I already got yours. I scrolled up a little bit more. I already got you. Okay. Margot 222, I got you. You are a Pisces, and you just like clarity on a general spirit guidance. Okay. General guidance. Celebration, all the words coming together. Specifically the words, not the work. So this is not for a career reading for you. This is a love reading because it's the words you've put into the message. Okay, so that's crossing into a text message. And this is the masculine bringing energy to a feminine. Light difference. False. So go backwards. I'm going through like a whole process right now. It's a text message, and I'm seeing how it's operating. I'm seeing if it's you, him. Okay, you have a masculine that's bringing you a complete out of the blue message. This could either be Snapchat, or I'm only seeing two options: Snapchat or straight up text message. I mean, if you use a texting app like WhatsApp, then however you frequent talking, that's what I'm seeing the category is. This individual, it's going to come when you least expect it. You probably thought this was a connection that was kind of over, but not because of like a toxic reason. It was more like something that just kind of faded away. But this individual has gone through a toxic relationship since you two. And they're seeing the difference between the feeling that they were with them than when they were with you. Okay? They ran from your connection because it became, they were registering stability as, they were registering disability. Interesting. There was something that was hard for them to kind of accept at first about you. That's just, there's no way of going around it. This individual, but it was because they couldn't really, it could have even been like your lifestyle. It could have been a job. It could have been just characteristics. Nothing that you should ever change about yourself, to be quite frank. And that's what this person's seeing. Like, you're authentic, you're you. And they went to a relationship where the person actually started making them second guess themselves. Like, man, do I look good? Am I a good person, etc.? Like, they really messed with their head. One thing it did, though, was make them reflect the way they were with you. And kind of be like, man, things weren't perfect, but I did not realize what I had. You helped decompress them. Whereas this connection and other things around them make them feel like they're absorbing negativity. They miss you. And they're definitely somebody that, I don't see you're really somebody that has a type, but if they're probably one of the most unique individuals that you have dated before, or even just in a look sense. They maybe you've had a type, like where you were more into people with like dark hair, and this person has like brown hair, that type of intensity, to help you kind of see who this is, but also just let it form. Yeah. But it is a connection they want. Spirit's saying, you don't even have to just listen to what Spirit's saying. You can feel within you. Like, you're going to have a certain glow talking to them. And it's just about making sure that you go at a correct pace. Don't just instantly allow, them to become a first priority and etc. just because that's how you are when you like somebody. You've had to learn a lot of willpower within this time of separation. So, just let it grow. Okay. All right, now we're going to start the next group of super chatters. Starting with A holder. All right. There we go. Before I do that, I'm going to take a little drink. All right. A holder. What information or advice do I have for you? Let's see what the cards got. I feel like your energy, your attention to details has been able to not feel so distracted. Let me see. Yeah, sparring buddy, best friend, soul family member, trust, reliability. You've been really craving not even just love, but community bonding. A best friend. There's somebody that, life happens, we get older, and we have those friends that we used to see every day or almost every day. And then it's like one day out of nowhere, it's like you've never see each other again. And this feels like a friend that has to be, I don't necessarily see you guys being friends since like elementary or anything like that, but I see the energy intensity of, it's like when we were kids, one day, it was the last day we went outside to play with our friends and we didn't even know it. You didn't even know it. This feels like it was like one of the last times you and your friend hung out. It was your best friend. Nothing ever happened, just life. You never got into a fight or anything, and you both really fucking miss each other. It is so important to have friendships that are not with our lover or with straight up blood family members. If you've been thinking about reaching out to a friend, this is a better time more than ever. All right. Thora, the Explorer, you're next. All right. What does the universe need you to know right now? Oh, thank you. I'm honored to have you here, my friend. All right. What does the universe need you to know right now? You're starting to get out of burnout energy. You were expecting far too much of yourself. Every day you always are going to have a lot on your plate. You have a lot of responsibilities, but that doesn't mean you have to be superwoman every single day. Spirit's letting you know, after this weekend, it looks like you're going to have even more support in your life. Like people that are willing to just help you out. You've always been used to just like going ahead and doing things, and being asked to, if you'd like some help, was kind of just like a treat from individuals. It wasn't something you were used to. But these people not only with just like physical stuff, but emotional kind of weight, are going to be individuals that actually listen to you. And they're not just like, you know how sometimes people can say, we're going to be there for you. And you can talk to me about anything. And then you actually do that. And they don't even know what to say. Or they'll just be like, oh, I'm sorry. It's almost worse. That's almost worse than not even talking at all. So there are some individuals around you, though, that are going to not be that energy, are actually going to hold that space for you. The universe, what they need you to know right now is also all the sleep that you've been catching up on and etc. is from years of undersleeping. For you to be fully charged for this next part of your life, you had to catch up on a lot of slumber. There is a total difference between being lazy and needing rest and needing sleep. Sleep and rest are not the same thing. Resting should be watching TV, playing video games, reading a book, things that feel nurturing to your soul. And sleeping's fucking sleeping. So you're doing great of reorganizing your schedule and allowing yourself to have realistic expectations of yourself every day. All right, next person. Dr. Noopy. All right, you wanted to make it to, is DJ coming back? Is DJ coming back? Warrior showing and honoring your worth, ready for new experiences. Yes, DJ is coming back. Right now, what I see is he can see your home. Being in the masculine's eyes, he can see your home. He knows he has to do a few more steps. He has to walk. He has to get to the end of the street and then be willing to knock on the window. On the window specifically. And so that means it's like kind of like a romantic feeling. Not just coming in with a bullshit offer, but also not coming in with all this flair that's fake. It's being authentic. I do feel DJ is going to be bringing a realization, but we have to remember, just because it's not going to be today, just because it's not going to be tomorrow, does not mean it's crazy far away. Every day you wake up with this intensity of, I take care of myself, and send him the positive affirmations that I still believe in this. I'm not going anywhere, but that doesn't mean I'm staying here. I'm going to continue forward with my life, but my heart is not going anywhere for you. And let Spirit do the rest. All right. Alvin, let's go to you. What messages do your guides have for you regarding your love life at this point in time? Let's see, Alvin. I feel like I should do that. The warrior, showing your bravery, honoring your worth, burnout energy. Okay. Alvin, you're connected to Dr. Noopy's collective as well, but you know that masculine I was channeling in her reading, you are that energy. Okay, you can, I know we've talked and you're still in that state because this is where it's still individual. The difference between the collective, knowing that you can follow a reading, but then seeing your own individual experiences in it. You and I know. Give me 1 second. I'm getting a time frame. 2 to 4 months. Okay? 2 to 4 months. Spirit, you and I all know that you can see her home. But right now, if you were to go through it, there's a bunch of construction in front. Going through that construction would be something that leads to harm. It is far too soon. But she's no longer feeling burnt out about your connection, my friend. You see, when in the past, her energy has been like, I don't want anything to do with that, or anger, or being very much focused on what other people think, or only the negative when life is full of negatives and positives. But you've allowed that space, you've allowed the time for her to reflect and not feel like you're putting her in a corner. See, even though you didn't mean to put her in a corner, there were times that it happened. It's part of life. It's part of learning. It's part of being a human, especially as a masculine. We're taught that we're supposed to be crazy assertive, and that equals your feminine wanting you. When it's not about being submissive, but it's not about like full force either. There is a true balance that has to be had for most feminines to have true attraction. They want to see that their masculine knows what the fuck they want and is willing to have, the confidence and do the space for it, but isn't like throwing and only caring about their needs or having to have control. And there were times where your pulls and your pushes were falling into that category. The time frame you've done, the way she's starting to see your connection now, she's seeing the positive. She's seeing, maybe I saw that a little wrong. As life has continued, as she's been able to experience other people in more than just a romantic way, even finding out some truths about individuals that she was trusting their opinion so much about her love life, some things have came to rise about them figuring out, you were cheating on this person, or you and this individual now broke up, and it's like, why am I taking advice from love from individuals who do not really have their love life figured out to begin with? They're reflecting things because you're also giving the space. There's going to be a time soon, but not, say soon, but be more time frame of it. I understand. 4 months longer of you absolutely being in the mindset of it is not time to reach out to her. There is construction that's going on all outside that home for at least 4 more months. This is divine intervention because it's not just about you, it's about her, the things that are going on in her life as well. The energy forecast shows me that 2 to 4 month thing, but I want to center focus, like when I say energy, Alvin, I know I've explained it to you before. So energy forecast, it is going more to that 4 month mark. But really, really stay focused on the telepathic connection of release. The more intensely you think about her, it sends that intensity. The best way I like to say it is, think about emails. We send a person one email, and that's cool. Or even 2 emails, that's cool. But then if somebody starts sending us 3, 4, 5, 6, etc. before we've ever responded, it's intense. And you end up being like, what the fuck is this? I'm not opening any of these. This is crazy. When we're thinking about a person, and we allow it to go from that state of desire, which is important in manifestation, to obsession, I can't stop thinking about them, and blah, blah, blah. It's like the energy of sending a bunch of emails at once to a person. Embrace thinking about her. You don't have to feel like you only can think about her one time a day or not at all, etc. It's about every specific moment. Am I falling into now an intensity thinking about her, or is this a beautiful release that I can do? I'm in a positive vibration. I'm breathing out and I'm sending her that versus intensity. But there's been a change in frequency about the way she's looking at the things that have transpired between you two. But she's also going to soon see your growth as well. That's what it is. Right now, she's not in the state of trying to look at your media or even thinking about you in that state. But in about 2 to 4 months' time, she is going to start actually wondering and checking up to see what's going on in your life. I'm not sure if you're a person that posts on social media like that, but even if you're not, she's going to be looking up your pages just to see. And long story short, to go to the next person, 4 months of you absolutely being in the complete mindset of it is not time to reach out to her yet. Focus on the other things. And then when that 4 month mark comes, we'll see what the deep dive is from there. All right. Narini, you would like to know what you need to know now and how will your exam result. How's your exam going to go? Let's see. How is your exam going to go? The results. I'm feeling the burnout being worth it. You are going to receive... I'm trying to see if it's a B or an A. I don't even know if your scoring is going to be like in that sense. And what I'm seeing is about 80%. 80%. So absolutely far surpassing. And you're somebody that's very hard on yourself. You're going to be like, man, I wanted to get even higher than this. Just because the burnout was worth it. Meaning all the studying and etc. that you have done. Something they're wanting you to remember is you can only do this so many times before you're going to get so exhausted that you feel the sense of not even continuing. Everybody has to have balance. You did great on this exam. You need to allow yourself to have a break time. And before you jump back in to like your next semester, they want you to definitely invest in really like going on a form of a vacation. You may be somebody that's like, I'll do that stuff later. I'm more focused on just trying to, as fast as I can, getting my degree. No excuses, no distractions, but there is a sense of you needing to just more than go home or take a break and then get more work more or etc. You did this great feat, and you're working as hard as you are, and you're about to go into a time where you can have a break. You need to allow yourself to have a reset. All right. But yes, you're going to pass. About 80% is what I see. All right. All right, Nikki Minko. What we got for you? General reading. What should you focus on now? You're ready for a relationship. You're ready for somebody that is actually going to give you the same effort back. Okay, currently you have not allowed yourself to invest into really finding a new partner. You've told Spirit that you're more focused on other things, and that is great. You were completely guided by that, but I see as 2025 develops more, there's going to be a masculine that very much brings himself front face to you. This person's going to help a lot with your... What I'm seeing is you're somebody that's had to be embracing their divine masculine strength within for most of your life. But you are a feminine. And this person's going to help and create a space for you to honor your feminine more than anything. So you can continue to go out there in the world and be who you are. Because life's about balance. You've completely rewritten also what you will and will not deal with. You've learned from your past experiences. And something Spirit wants me to say for you specifically, okay? I feel that you are maybe somebody that's dated older than you most of the time. I think who your soul tie is, it's going to be a few years younger than you. But the way that they speak, the way that they talk, the life experience they had, it is like they are in their years even wiser than the men that you have dated before. The spiritual connection you have between this person, it is undeniable as soon as you are in front of each other. It's just going to be you battling little forms of domestication. I feel that you are anywhere between... I feel that you're about in your early 30s. I'm seeing a number. You're in between the age of 30 to 45. And this person is about 4 years younger than you. Let it organically flow into your life. But spirits want you to focus on that you are ready to get yourself back out there in a relationship. You are your own healthy partner. You have been able to establish that you are the source of your happiness. And others are important, but they're an added benefit to life. They are not the source of your happiness. And then plus this one, we're good there. Oh, wrong way. Okay. All right, next person. It's Sam. I'm going to take another drink real quick. We also will be going on Twitch after our stream today. Over on Twitch, we do an after stream where we decompress together by playing video games and hanging out talking. But I do give one free reading over there as well. Like here, it's one question or like a general poll. But the free reading I give on Twitch is to one person, and it's a emailed tarot reading where you get to ask 6 questions, all on a specific topic. If you're interested in learning more about that, I'll talk more about it later when we're at the end of this stream, okay? But let's go ahead and start with Hey, it's Sam again. Will your soulmate speak his truth and take the leap? Okay, I'm seeing a past, present, future poll within yours. Remember, I'm here for you. There is much more time needed before this person can speak his truth and actually take a leap of faith. I see a silver lining. Right now, he has too much energy in his life that's absorbing negative. He has a big release he needs to do, ego death, an awakening. When it comes to specifically his friends and how he's spending his finances. But this does have a lot to do with father wounds. He wasn't taught to be... He wasn't taught to be the masculine he knows he can be. And he has a little more growth to do in self-acceptance. And he feels young-minded. Even if he's not younger, he's a young-minded individual. I can see why you love him. I can see why you feel what you do for him. But there's a difference between loving somebody and then being able to be healthy partners for each other. I do see somebody that can only give you their best. Somebody that's willing to give their best right now, but their best is not taking a leap of faith. And in a way, and in a big way, that's okay. We can only ask somebody to do so much for us when they can't even kind of do for themselves. It's going to take a little more time. But I do see him taking a leap of faith. But Spirit needs you to understand that does not mean hold off your life for them. I feel about 3 years still of learning. And there's a possibility in 3 years you could meet somebody else that organically makes you feel fulfilled. So don't put all your eggs in one basket. And see that right now there is divine intervention taking place with this connection. All right. Next person. Reba Stowe. You are an Aquarius, and you'd like to know if your grandma's going to be okay. Let's see. I'd like to know if your grandma's going to be okay. A sparring buddy, best friend, soul family, strong, reliable. Your grandma has a big strength to her. She's definitely, when it comes to you, her grandchildren, or etc., feminine, like, nurture, love, compassion, sympathy. But to others, the outside world, she was a don't mess with me type of woman. She has a deep, deep soul that's going to be staying here within you. I see that there's still a lot of time together. Whenever it is time for her to move forward, she will send you plenty of signs. I see she will speak to you through butterflies. I will see lights flickering in places that they've never even done it before. Like not it being like, oh, that light's always flickered or etc. She's going to speak to you through the wind as well. I still see a long time of your physical bodies. What the fuck was that? I don't know if it went. I still see a long time of your physical bodies being able to formulate memories. But when the time does come, she is still 1010% going to be with you. And those are going to be big signs she does. Okay. Next person. All right, Lore. Ash, you joined as a member. Thank you. General card pull as a welcome and a thank you for joining the membership. Ready to proceed. Ground shaking ideas. It's masculine, but it's not about love. It's about giving an opportunity where there's going to be a lot of more one-on-one connection. Wherever you work, there's about to be an offer presented to you where it's whatever you do right now, you have to be a community person, but you do a lot more one-on-one work. Maybe more reporting to somebody, joining in group like video chats, Zooms, etc. However that resonates, the Google meetings, but not really having to be like the active speaker in these dynamics. It's more about like, hey, I'm here. Yeah, here's my presentation, however that resonates for you. It's turning into you being the one who's like starting the Zoom calls or starting the meetings or having to stay even in like a special group chat with other leaders discussing together. Whatever's about to happen, you're being presented a money shaking opportunity. And it's going to take you being able to be strong enough to take some punches. Don't mean in the physical sense at all, obviously. What I mean though is, being the person that when something can't get fixed, it's escalated and then escalated again to the main supervisor, etc. You're that person that is going to, if you decide to take yes, understand that there's no going back with this. With great power comes great responsibility. This dynamic, I feel that you'll be mentally and physically ready for, but you're going to need to do high spiritual protection within yourself, even more than you already do. This means literally putting a bubble of light around you, being more focused on making sure you're doing weekly forms of spiritual cleansing, however that looks for you. And also, I would suggest anointment oil, making your own anointment oil and rubbing it on your body, the exposed parts of your skin. Obviously, know your own allergies, look that up and etc. before you choose certain products to put in. But a simple anointment oil that for most people is okay is coconut oil, rose water, Florida water, lemon, rose petals, and like lavender, essential oil. That mixed together, do an intention around it. Spray it on you, put it in a spray bottle, and then put it on the exposed parts of your skin. Not only is it putting spiritual protection, but that's actually like really good for your skin as well. Of course, again, know your allergies. Don't just go ahead and do that. Look into the properties of it. But yeah, you're getting this great opportunity, my friend. All right, Tay. All right, you're an Aries Sun, Pisces Moon. Is the connection finally over? Oh, before I do that, let me also just get another incense going. All right. All right. over, or is it just a lesson and I should let it go? He rushed into something, but that doesn't mean he's going to say it to you. Goes on, ready to proceed, ready for action, confident decision making. It's not exactly over, but there is a very big ego death that needs from a separation for further growth. I see that this masculine is absorbing a lot of negative influences, and you are working on, I'm trying to find the way to put this. It's not bad. I'm just trying to make sure the presentation speaks correctly. You're aware of your own father wounds, right? And something you're kind of learning right now is what attributes were you actually attracted to versus it was kind of familiarity. Your souls absolutely have a connection, and we're destined to meet each other, not destined to stay together. But I see two people who, through a little bit more time, can explore a further connection. It absolutely is a lesson, and they're saying you should let it go, but there's a difference between letting go and giving up. Letting go is surrendering. It's knowing if this is supposed to come back around, it will with divine timing. He has a lot of growth to do. He feels very young-minded, even if he's not a younger individual. He just feels like somebody that's really still coming to terms with who he is, and he can only give you so much. Spirit wants you to proceed forward. There is going to be a time you need to allow that distance to make it where, you know, the distance makes the heart grow fonder. That's the energy that's going on right now. It's not punishment. It's not despair. It needs to be seen as a divine intervention. All right. Shelley, King Lover. King Solver. Shelley, King Solver. I like switch the O around. What I got for your guidance. Spirits want you to put your guard down to somebody. It feels like there was a misunderstanding. See, there was a masculine who, he's definitely in line with that energy of thinking coming with like full confidence and deep assertiveness is what's going to be attractive to a woman, when in reality it's this intensity of, oh, they need all the control, and it comes off as like a red flag or etc. There's somebody where you really felt a deep connection and it was going great, you had great conversation, but then there was like out of fucking pocket, out of nowhere, they kind of like flipped this like intensity, and you could feel them being something they're not. And you're like, you know what? I'm just going to back the fuck away from this. Understandable, especially for what you've been through. But this feels like a misunderstanding. This feels like a person, if you're both able to put your guards down and just say who you really are versus what you think you're supposed to be, some lights can be shed. Everything you've done's been guided. You know, it wasn't about just grazing past these things. And definitely it's better to let like situations absorb and then talk about them. Like absorb everything, that your own behaviors, your own interactions, and then be able to come together and talk about it. But Spirit's wanting you to see that if there's somebody who kind of reaches out to you soon and comes in with like an authentic offer, and it's like, hey, you know, I'm not trying to invade your space, just wanted to let you know I'm thinking about you, and if you ever want to talk, that would be great. Whatever energy, that would be like the energy, but whatever they say, being verbatim for them, Spirit says take it as a sign to just allow a real conversation before you let your ego stay with this coming to a conclusion on who they are. Because I see two people who really never got to that point of really getting to know who each other are. It was a good conversation. It was a good time frame, maybe even just a couple of weeks. But then fear just getting in in the way. Yeah, whoever this is supposed to be, they'll reach out to you. All right. Divine Empress, Mama Kitty. All right. Your name is Rebecca. You're a Taurus and a Virgo cusp. Spirit has been trying to guide you and your divine feminine together. He has a lot of influence and sends guides to you. Will this happen soon? Okay. That's the question I'm going to answer is, will this happen soon? Celebration, hard work coming together, happy moments crossing the finish line. Red and green. This is going to happen around Christmas time, around December. There is this energy and this intensity of being able to row forward together without looking back. The signs that he sends, they are songs, the name, scents, and then what I'm seeing is like kinds of phrases. It's interesting. Phrases on walls or even in videos you're seeing, etc. There's things that he has said that are so organic and unique to him, but you're hearing other like creators or etc. say things that are in his likeness. And it's kind of like, whoa, that is freaky, but at the same time it's comforting. Because they are channeling who he is. Yeah, this is going to come together, my friend. And it looks like around December time. Okay, that concludes the second round of Super Chatters. What we're going to do now, this is the last moment you will have if you're wanting to 1010% get your answer today. You have until me finishing the last 5 free people to get on the list. Okay, so we're going to write down everybody right now and start that next group. And we'll do 5 free people before we start the next group of Super Chatters. Ashley King, you will be the start. Butterfly Effects. All right, Mystic Born. Got you on the list. Maria. Alveria. All right, you've been on the list. Flo Beast, what's up, bro? Got you on the list. Okay. That is the next group of Super Chatters. Again, I'm going to go ahead and do 5 free people. During this time of me doing the 5 free people, you still have a chance, or you still have the ability to put yourself on the Super Chatter list to be answered. All right. So I would say that's it'll probably take me about 15 minutes to do these 5 people. So you have about 15 more minutes to get yourself on the list, my friends. But let's go ahead and get the free people going. Okay. Ashley King. Scroll up there so I know where to start. Okay, that's where I should start. Alright, and let me get a little bit of drink. Okay. All right. T. Avery, you are a Capricorn, and you'd like to know if Kelvin is genuine or if he's just playing a mind game. Is he genuine or is he playing a mind game? The masculine is a protector. Unconditional actions relative to the realistic night being a safe space. I do see someone who's being genuine, but I also see someone who it's hard at communicating when he's not in front of a person. Like texting is not his forte. But with that being said, you have to know your own love languages. And if somebody chooses to be your partner, etc., they need to respect your love language. It's about presentation over speaking words. If you feel like you need more communication from him, it feels like about creating a safe space to really talk about that. Now, if you're still in a real big beginning part of talking to each other, you have to remember at this point, he owes nothing to you and you owe nothing to him. Just point blank simple. Sometimes we can start dating somebody, gain the attraction, and it's almost instantly like we have some form of ownership over them. Feminine, because it's a domestication. It's a thing that's been taught to us. When you are talking to somebody, even if it's for a few months, my friends, they owe you nothing and you owe them nothing. Once you become official, then it's a different story. If you two are still in the beginning stages and you're more just like, trying to make sure it's not fear or anxiety versus intuition telling you things, I really do see fears trying to get into this a bit. Self-protection, right? I see this individual, it is, again, just much easier and authentic for them to talk in communication in person. Texting and etc. is not their forte. But if things have developed between you two to where you're like, well, we're actually about to be partners and we've gotten over the talking phase, it is time for you to express what your needs are. That, hey, it's not that I need you to be texting me every hour and etc., but I'd like a little more, communication, even if it's just telling each other what's going on throughout our days or etc. Because if this guy likes you the way I feel he does, he will be receptive of it. It's just about making sure we're not trying to take all these turns before we even get to the first spots. We've been put in a society where life and love is supposed to go from 0 to 100, and it's toxic. You can have the feeling, you can know you really love somebody when you first meet them, but it takes time to see if the human aspect of them is going to match up to that spiritual connection. So to answer your question, my friend, I do see this person being genuine, knowing what form is what part of the stage you're in for the correct level of communication. All right, butterfly effect. All right, butterfly effects. All right. Your name is Sochi. You're a Sagittarius Capricorn cusp, and you appreciate some guidance on your love life. All right, let's see what we got for you. Oh, wait. Okay, for some reason I felt called to do... yeah, I didn't write it down accident. Okay, butterfly effect. I am going to go ahead and answer yours, but then I'm going to go back to the free people. I kind of just intuitively went to one of the super chatters. I promise I'll still do the next 4 free people, but if I called her energy in, I need to go ahead and do it now. So let me just get back to her. All right. You appreciate some guidance on your love life. Let's see. Fostering mindfulness, immersing fully in the moment, sharpening awareness and the connection between mind and body. There's a masculine that feels very centered, and he's assured in what he feels for you, but it's hard for him to communicate as well. But I feel like this individual, they communicate more through actions, and they feel a deep amount of what being in their mind is they think so much about you. Okay. But trying to verbalize it, being in this masculine state it's like almost a different language. It's like learning a different language. There is somebody who, the outward within them, they present very, very calm demeanor. They are not a assertive person. They're not a pushover or anything, but they're very much just a person that's willing to go with the flow and doesn't need to control a room to have self-confidence. They have been put in a lot of positions in their life where they had to be seen and not heard. So this form of that part of them that doesn't need outer validation from people, yes, it is from a state of confidence, but it's also from a state of still learning deservance. He was not taught to verbalize his feelings, so now life is teaching him it now. There's a person they want you to continue to get to know, and don't take their silence in vain. And you can see that from their actions. They're not even an individual that normally I'm seeing, like they don't date. They're not a person that really is focused on at all trying to have a connection. So if something's coming to them, it really means it's organic. They're not a person that's even like, I'm hearing they're done with dating apps and all that stuff. They really had spirit put you in front of their path. Okay, I'm going to cross that person off, and now let's go ahead to our next 4 free people. Okay. Okay, Ashley, I see that instead of the general poll for yours, you want a specific question. So let me go ahead. I'll put that question down. Move to new location. Okay, got you. You'll be the next after these 4. Okay, got you. Next person is going to be Luis Anoit. And you're a Virgo. And you're meeting with your bosses tomorrow. They want to offer you a new job. Should you accept it or not? Ooh, that's a good one. Let's see. Large build, ground, shaking ideas meant to be seen. Yes, this is going to take a physical move. I really feel like whatever position this is, I mean, obviously there's going to be a move within like a simple like an office or etc. But this feels like more than that. If it's not actually you moving out of state to do this position, then you're going to be sent out for training. You're going to go somewhere where they train you to come back and train people or know how to actually lead better, etc. This is going to be you having to take a deep leap of faith, because I'm feeling like you probably never gone this far away from your family or your significant other, etc. However it resonates for you. I feel right now in your life, you feel that you're in the best place you've ever been to actually be able to make a move or take this time away. There's nothing really keeping you attached. And if for some reason like you have an animal or etc., I'm feeling that you're like, well, even though I have them, I have at least one person I completely trust. And during this time to take care of, if it's just that travel is connecting with training. Long story short for you, yes, you should take this job and be ready that this job does come with you. I'm shaking. Things are are moving around you more than just the switch of name and position of what you're doing in your career. Okay. Next free person. Okay, Iron Dragons. Your name's Jonathan. What's up, man? You're an Aquarius, and you would like to know if you should take a new job or stay where you are. Full force contact, multitasking various skills. Opportunity. There is definitely going to be a new opportunity. It is about doing this the correct way, though. You just don't go and quit tomorrow. Sometimes for some people that's the correct thing to do, but what I'm feeling for your specific reading, my friend, is there's going to be like a transitional period. There's going to be where there's like you're still somewhere, something is accepted, and then you're going to be giving your notice or etc. This job may try to even offer you a pay raise once they realize that you're leaving or something. And of course, that ego part that's like, oh, we're safe here and now we're going to get more money is going to want to accept it. But everything within you is going to say, don't settle. Don't settle. There is going to be a new spot for you. And you can't let your own head get in the way of it. Something I'm feeling called to tell you also. So for the ones of you who are aware, when I film videos, the videos you see me post, I have filmed days before I post them. I film them, then I do my editing stuff, and then organically, whenever Spirit's like, this is the one you upload today, I follow that. I filmed a reading in this shirt. It's not going to be up for probably at least 4 days. But when you see it's only one reading. When you see me wearing this Xbox shirt, that is your reading because it is a career reading. And I've seen at least I think the last 3 of you who have been in the career reading asking here, you're all part of that collective. It's aligning exactly. So, again, that one I already know I'm not supposed to post for a while, but when you see that one, you definitely know it's for you. All right. See. Okay. Master of Hermit Mode. Your name is Ivana, and you are a Scorpio. I'd like to get a general or love message for my immediate future. You'd like to know your immediate future. Trusted advice, backbone, mentor, wise person. You remember I'm here for you always. Always, okay? I get completely the question, but as soon as I read your question and I started pulling the cards, what I received is she is not being aligned with divine timing. It's more than just the word because you said immediate, okay? But the energy behind that and this is showing me what you need to know best right now for your immediate future is if you're still wanting things to happen so fast, or you feel that you're thinking, I want to know what's happening now. This has to happen today, what's happening tomorrow. You're actually messing with the law of attraction. Okay, this corner man, this trusted advice backbone, never make anything fit, but I know in this specific moment, this is them telling me to encourage you to surrender a little more. Like, meaning to them, not to any fucking human being, and their divine timing. There's a lot you have coming to you in 2025. Love, inspiration in many different forms, okay? Right now, you're in a state of hermit mode. Is your name the hermit mode? Oh, dude, I swear, like, I fucking sprint. That's so funny. You are the master of hermit mode, okay? But there's a difference between being in hermit mode and then being immature. This. It's been a long time since you've wanted to get yourself out there. So now that you feel this oomph, you're kind of like, okay, I want it to come now. This is amazing. You've done so much inner work. You're hitting that oomph. You're hitting your pre-workout effects. Spirit wants you to keep that. We're encouraging that. But now, just because you want everything to come now, does not mean that it is. You spent years and years of keeping yourself away from things. Trust that now you have opened the door for little by little more of your manifestations in the meeting in the community of different forms is flowing through. And if it all came at once, that door would not be able, nobody would be able to get through it. You finally broke down a wall. It's going to take time for people to see that wall is broken down. Stay focused on what you have control of over today. Okay? So what they want you to know for your immediate future is to continue your law of attraction. You got to do a little bit more of the let go of how and when things are supposed to come in. Okay. All right. One more free person, and then we're going to start our next round of super chatters. Okay. Jay Salvinot, you are a Cancer, and you'd like to know if you'll be entering a romantic relationship with the person you're giving your energy to this year. Large ground shaking ideas meant to be seen. This is a year of preparation, full force, needed expectations. The energy, everything you're doing, there is an energy exchange right now in this year. They do not want you to be focused on the word boyfriend, girlfriend, etc. in 2025. You know how many people use those words and their souls don't even actually feel it, don't mean it? What you two are doing right now is you're taking those next steps. You're taking the leap of faith. You are talking about the things that you open the door to knowing if you can tell them everything about yourself. You're not just on a talking stage. You're more than that. You're more than that. This is a year of you guys really still strengthening your bond. Okay, things are going to progress more. There ain't no doubt about it. 25 is an acceleration year for the person you were putting your energy to. They really want you to not care about a label before 2026. Again, this does not mean you're not going to see them or talk to them. It's actually quite the opposite. But this is something this is powerful, bro. This is powerful. And it's an encouraging sign for sure. Okay. Now, I'm about to put down the last super chatters. You got about 2 or 3 minutes. If you choose to put yourself on this list, you are guaranteed your answer. And anybody else after will be the ones answered on the next live stream. Okay. And Ashley King, we will be starting with you. But let's go ahead and get everybody else down since the last one. Okay. Bipolar Angel 21. Got you on the list. Sunshine B. You've been added. Flow Beast, adding to your question. I'll make sure to remember that. Got you. Okay. That is the end of the guaranteed super chatters. Again, anybody chooses to do it after, I'll make sure to notate it before we head out of the stream and be the first people I answer on the next live stream. All right, scroll back up. Okay. Ashley King, you're wanting to know if you should move to a new location. Should she move to a new location? Press conference. There has to be a formal meeting, and after that meeting, you're going to make that announcement. I do see you moving to a new place. I see you being right on par with those other people about that career reading. The one I'm going to post with this shirt and towards like next week. This is going to be even more of a confirmation. It's going to be posted after you've made a certain decision. The announcement, I see you having to announce this and speaking up to people around you more than just, oh, I'm deciding to leave my job, or I'm deciding to get, or I'm getting a promotion. It's not just like a notice of that. It's a notice something big, like I am literally physically distance moving from you guys. I do see after this formal meeting, you have either the application needing to be submitted. So that means it's going to be something else that's not connected to the job she does right now. Or even working for a partner company is what I'm hearing as well. If you're wanting to get this move, if it's been more of a thing you've been called and you've been channeled to do versus you've actually started the power to make it a reality, this is the sign to do that. If you already have this in motion and you have a form of an interview scheduled, after this event, there is a yes. But it does look like 2025, a goal is to get out of your comfort zone where you are. All right. Now it's time for Mystic Born. Because remember, I did Butterfly, just to refresh if Butterfly Effect, you're still here. I ended up doing yours in between the free ones. You would have to go back in the live stream a little bit. So just so in case you weren't aware, I already did do yours. You just have to scroll a little bit more back. Thank you for your patience. Now we have Mystic Born. Your name is Amber, and you're a Taurus. And you want to know, what do you need to know right now? Discipline, structure, devoted patience. You're a person that always gives above and beyond. You've decided to pull back on the people you give that energy to. You're realizing the balance of there's only so much you can give before you start to absorb. What Spirit's wanting you to know right now is they're very proud of you. You have found a happy medium of being able to give and being able to receive. You used to block your manifestations by how much you gave. Truly. Because it's a balance. What Spirit's wanting you to know right now the most is to continue the structure you've given yourself. They want you to know that if love has been something you're kind of in the middle room, figuring out where it's going, I do see somebody leaning in and trusting that you are exactly what they've been looking for. Devoted patience is still necessary in 2025, but you're still along the line of some collectives that have fruition in both the career but love life towards the end. Towards the end of 2026, but career towards the end of 2025. And that doesn't mean you won't have a lover until the end of 2026. That means something coming to a grasp of officialness. In fact, it should be a long time of speaking to somebody else before that occurs. All right. Next person. And let's do another Makes sense. All right, perfect. Maria. All right, you're a Pisces. Should you try this new connection? Okay. Should you try this new connection? Main event, final match, deeply anticipated, what you've waited for, and that's on the masculine's energy. Yeah, you should give this new connection a shot. Don't feel like you have to put all your eggs in one basket. Don't try to make this go from 0 to 100, but there's something more here. There's a transmutation. This is somebody you've manifested into your life. We're not calling them perfect at all, but they check off a lot of your boxes, and it looks like this is a person that you could go through realistic tower moments and roller coasters with. They're not inherently destruction. In fact, they're inherently transformation. And I'm going to give you an example of two different forms of tower moments, okay? Obviously, breaking up with somebody is a tower moment, but you know what else is? Getting engaged, getting married, because what tower means is the structure of something that's worked for so long, crumbling down to start fresh. Going from boyfriend, girlfriend, or partners to fiancés is a tower moment. Going from boyfriend, girlfriend, partners to separated is a tower moment. Same intensity. It's about what part of your life is it at that moment needing to be done for. So this is something you should allow yourself to dive more into. All right, Flow Beast. You want a love message, and then I also saw you wanted to add to that question. So let's go find that added question. Okay, there's that added question. Your name is Brittany, and you would like to know the connection with Ben Pisces. One step at a time, day by day. Detailed descriptions. It looks like when it comes to Ben, there could be something within him that he's embarrassed to tell you about that he shouldn't be. I feel that this person can have a form of like a disability. This could mean actually like a reading disability or something they should not feel insecure about, but society has made them think they should. This very, very, yeah, Ben being a Pisces, his internalness, his emotions, something that he's a very emotional man, and he was taught that that was bad, but it's not. He is somebody that once his heart can be open, he will be so descriptive, honest, and passionate. He's very passionate, but I sense with him he's working on how to make his emotions not override everything else. From suppressing it for so long, and now he doesn't have a person that's making him suppress it, aka like living with parents or etc. He's getting to know and teach himself things that other people felt that he wasn't worth it. Like, I don't see this individual really being given even an opportunity. Everybody needs help in their own ways. And when they were younger, they weren't given the help they needed to really learn whatever this disability is for them. Whether it's maybe that a hearing disability, so it's hard for them to understand what's going on all the time, like, and they have to read like lips a lot. Or this could be like a reading disability, but whatever it is, like, they were made to feel like it made something wrong with them. The biggest thing they want you to know about the connection with this is something that's going to bring out all emotions. This feels correct. It's just like a different form of patience and being willing to help him break his shell to talk about those things with you. Okay. All right. Bipolar angel. Let's see. Here we are. All right. Bubble 21. Your name is Amanda and you're Aries. You'd like to know what you need to know right now. All right. I feel like this is about career, but it's still attached to your physical health. So what's that about? Equipment, material investment, investing into one's skills and passions, 3D world gain. You are investing a lot of time to your work that's starting to go into your physical health. This could be a sense of not taking care of like the nutrients in your body or even sleep. Could be even a little bit of both. Spirits want you to know working harder does not equal better success. That's not how the universe works. You have to be willing to know when it's time to clock off and have your refresh time versus being full force into your job, etc. What you need to know right now is there's more balance between work and play, but more on the state of, we know you're busy. It's hard to make time to begin with, but if you're going to have to quote unquote sacrifice time in one spot, it's really important to put more energy towards your relaxation. It's interesting. You could even be somebody that it's like you work and then you overgo to the gym. That's another balance. That's a big balance. Yeah. The guidance there for you is giving yourself relaxation and not expecting yourself to have to go 6 days to the gym and do all this overtime, etc. Would be very beneficial to focus on migrating that time around a bit and letting yourself actually sleep and invest into your hobbies. All this money, time, effort you put into your job, etc. You have to have a balanced release. So if you've been called to, even if you're having some like vacation time or etc., that could be almost expiring, being kind of pressured to not even use it or etc. You need to use whatever time you have of freedom. You've earned it. And go on an adventure. If there's somewhere you've been guided to go, wanted to go, you should look into making this a priority. All right. All right, Sunshine B. What's up? What are Bryant's current fitting? He's not ready to proceed. He sees the big picture. He knows what way to go forward, but is not willing to look back. Okay. With him currently is he does not want to move at all. Meaning he doesn't want to forward into something more. He doesn't want you to go away. He likes the dynamic you have. It's very casual. Now, with that being said, if you're okay with that, then there's nothing wrong. If you're wanting something more, if you're looking for a relationship, talking to somebody that can go to physical commitment, this person is not in that state of mind. There is a cloudiness revolving that. That does not mean there isn't a chance in the future. But again, we don't want to put all of our eggs into, like, I'm just going to keep holding on to this until he is ready. It's going to take time. And I see there being somebody else. Yes, this connection's real. And it served a certain purpose. But it feels like you're going to know when you're ready to move on. Even if it's not right now. Even if this is something you're like, man, I feel this, but no, I still want to try. You listen to that. eventually spirit will show you and you will feel maybe this is something you've been infatuated with, what you thought you and him could have versus the reality of what you guys have. You see a highest version of him. You see the highest version of him. And that's beautiful. But we cannot want to be with somebody for who they could be. It has to be for who they are now. He definitely likes you, but he does not want to proceed forward with a physical commitment relationship anytime soon. Just let it flow. If this is something you like and it's just been taking some time, it's probably not time yet. But yeah, the choice will be there for... The choice will be yours from there. Alrighty. If you guys are interested in a personal reading with yours truly, you got to go to my website, offprintmint.com. That's the only way you're going to receive a personal reading from me, and that is linked in all of my social media platforms. I have a lot of other available services as well. You simply go to my services tab. So if you're on a mobile app, or if you're on your mobile phone and you go on the website, on the top right corner, there's 3 buttons. Or 3 dot lines. You click on that, it's going to pull up the menu. And then just click on My Services tab. All of the available ones are there. And also currently I do have the Boxers Oracle cards in stock. If you're interested in picking up ones for yourself, the cards we use today, that's on my website as well, located on the home page. And what we're going to do now, guys, is we are moving over to Twitch at UncleBronze Official for our after stream where we decompress and hang out and talk together. And I do give away 1 free reading. So if you are interested in seeing if you win that reading or just chilling with us, head over to UncleBronze Official. I'm going to make sure that nobody has put themselves on the list for next time. Let's see if there was anybody else. Yep, that was it. All right, cool. So next stream, we'll just be starting with the free people, guys. I plan on it being in a couple of days. I probably won't go on a YouTube live for about 2 more days. I might decide to do some random TikTok lives, but just stay updated on when I'm going live and where I'm going live. I put it on my Instagram stories, and then I do put it on my YouTube community tab as well. Alrighty, guys, cool. Thank you for chilling. Thank you for being here. I'm going to go ahead and get us logged in over at UncleBronze Official on Twitch. That is also linked in my YouTube and Instagram bios, guys. Thank you for being here, and I'll see you wherever I see you. Let's get it.